Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pits of Metalcast. Heroes Dave. I got online singer Gary Capriotti, Thrasher's Anvil Bitch from Pennsylvania. What's up, Gary?
What's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
Not much, man. So, just trying to keep warm over here, man.
Stand around the fire.
Tired
No doubt.
Tired of this damn cold winter-like weather, man.
Yeah, it's everywhere, man. It's here too. But it's kind of mild here. I think it's, I don't know, maybe 35 today, something like that. It's around there.
So, give us a brief history of the band Anvil Bitch.
Okay, well, the band was formed in 1983 by John, Dave, and Chuck. Everyone but me. Chuck and John grew up together, lived on the same street. Dave went to school with them guys, and they had another singer at the time, just doing metal covers and stuff. You know how it is when you're kids, you're young, And then I jumped in, probably early '85, and then that's when we were pretty much full-blown thrash metal. I mean, it was fresh. It was brand new. Basically, all that was out at the time was maybe Slayer, Metallica, Exodus,
Right.
Early Anthrax. There was nothing around. It was just that at the time. It was the birth of it all. So that's when we put our first 4-song demo out. And signed with New Renaissance after that, and carried right on through until the later 80s, where we parted ways and did 2 different projects. For a few years, we bounced back and forth in a couple different projects together after that, and then just reemerged in the last 7 years or so, back together again and just out there playing, recording, and, just tying up loose ends with it.
Nah, that's cool. So before Anvil Bitch, were you in any other bands?
Before Anvil Bitch? Oh, God. Nothing, recorded or out there as original bands. I've been with Anvil Bitch since I was 17, so there wasn't much more room for anything else before that.
So I was talking to Chris from Faith or Fear. He was saying Anvil Bitch pretty much the reason those guys are together or something like that. Christian from...
I'm losing you a bit.
Christopher from Faith or Fear?
Oh, yeah, Chris. Yeah, absolutely.
He was saying you guys got a lot to do with why they're together.
Well, we fed off each other, man. They're a great band, and we were just starting to peak. Our album had just come out, and we were just starting to play out, with some national acts and doing well. I'll never forget Chris, because Chris was the first one I saw. He was this crazy big giant guy with a bomber helmet on his head, gas mask, diving into the crowd, and he was like, "Who's that cat?" After that, we all hung out and drank beers in the parking lot, and we invited them in to play some shows, and we played shows back and forth, and then boom, they grew wings and flew, man. Hats off to them, great band.
Yeah. So if you guys, you said you're working on new stuff. When are we gonna see some new stuff come out recorded, man?
Well, right now we just finished an album called The Gift of Fury, which is basically the full version of Sanctify. We had a CD out, Sanctify, a couple of years ago. So it's actually the full length of that with 6 more songs. So it's a full album. And the album after that is almost done. We just have to get the vocal tracks done. So we've been keeping busy with recording and writing and everything like that. So this album should be out soon. Right now we're just getting the final touches done with covers and how marketing strategies and things like that. So once all that's ironed out, I'm sure John will let the world know. So that's where we're at right now.
So is this shit still going to be in the same vein as the old Anvil Bitch?
I'm I'm gonna say yes and no. I mean, it hasn't. We don't sound like two different bands. It just sounds evolved.
Yeah, more polished up and everything.
Yeah, well, obviously, that's a long time period of, if you talk about Rise to Offend to Sanctified to what we're putting out now. But you can still tell it's the same band. It's not that we sound like two different bands or anything. So yeah, I would say we evolved.
Yeah, more progression.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I wouldn't say that. I would say it's a lot more raw, a lot heavier. Definitely much heavier across the board. But yeah, it's great, and we can't wait to get it out there. And the album that we're just finishing up now, that I'm putting the vocal tracks on, the one after this, that one is just taking another big step beyond what we're doing now. It's really a lot of fun. We're having a good time.
So now, how's your hometown fan base out in Pennsylvania?
It's not what it used to be. I mean, it was obviously a lot bigger back in the day, but the scene's it's hanging in there. It's a struggle in the city. Sometimes we travel to other places and actually do much better numbers, and we're better known in some areas and actually at home. So that's kind of a weird vibe. They go somewhere and have a bunch of people, getting a lot of, albums signed and everything, and they know all the songs to all the lyrics to your songs and everything, and to a town you've never been to before, and then you could go to Philadelphia or, your area and only pull out 80 people, so it's tough, but, that's the nature of the business. It is what it is. But there is a scene here in Philadelphia. It's just not as large as it once was.
So how did the show go at Corners of Sanctuary and Blood Feast?
It went very well. Very well. When you put three bands together, that, pretty much you're going to destroy the room. It's not hard. You know what I mean? That show went over very well. Good crowd. Great guys. We were label mates with those guys back in the day. They were signed to New Renaissance as well, if I'm not mistaken. And, we crossed paths a lot. We should have played a lot of shows together. It just never really happened, I guess. So it was kind of cool to be able to finally play a show together after such a long time. And Corners were awesome. I was glad I was able to come and catch them before we went on. But yeah, they were great too. So yeah, that was a good night. I like that place. I'm pretty sure we plan on playing there again. We're not too crazy about the struggle to get gear there, but it don't matter. That place is great. So we encourage anybody listening to, if you ever make it to the Tusk in Philadelphia, it's a cool place.
Now, originally, Faith or Fear was going to be on that bill.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yes, they were. That's right. They were cool enough to come out to the show and hang, man. So that's always appreciated.
Yeah, Chris was telling me he saw the last part of Corners of Sanctuary. He said he liked them a lot too. He said he likes the singer Frankie.
Yeah. The band's good. Like I said, yeah, I was very impressed.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was my first time seeing them. So
you guys got any other shows coming up?
Well, we're playing in York, PA, I believe the 21st, a festival. Anyone listening, if they're pop on our Facebook page, the flyer's on there for the show, for anybody that's within reach. But I think it's a place called the Union, I think. But yeah, that's the only thing we have booked right now. We don't have any other shows booked until we actually have our product out there ready to promote.
Yeah, maybe next year you can get on NYDM Spring Bash in Milwaukee.
That would be wonderful. That's the one thing we talked about a lot, was being able to play festivals. They're the best shows to play. We that's what we keep practicing for and working for, is to play some really good bills with some really good bands and, feel a large crowd again.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm sure Randy Castor would love to have you guys play the fest.
Yeah, that'd be great. Tell them to swing by our page, man, and hit us up.
Yeah, that's where Faith of Fear is playing this month.
Really?
Yeah, not this coming weekend, but next weekend after that.
Cool. So I take it you've seen them play, you've seen them live.
Faith of Fear back in when they toured the Sepultura. But
so it's been that long, huh?
Yeah, the Beneath the Remains tour.
Yeah, well, you're gonna love them, man. You're gonna love them, man. Haven't missed a beat, man. And great stage presence, man. Lots of energy. Good stuff.
Yeah, Blood Feast is on that fest too. They're playing this Saturday.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, like I said, another great band, man. Another great band.
Yeah, there's a shitload of good bands on that festival. You got Nasty Savage, you got Hellstar. Too many.
That is a nice bill.
Surasango.
No way, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because it's a 4-day festival. Usually it's 3 days, but now this year he's got it 4 days. So Sunday's got Surasango headlining. Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Nice.
Thursday you got Atrophy headlining. Then Friday Hellstar. Then Saturday's Nasty Savage, and Sunday Surasango.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a killer bill. And when is that?
That's not this coming weekend, but the weekend after that.
Oh, okay. Damn. Sounds like a killer night.
Oh yeah.
Killer week.
Yeah. Because that fest you get everything out. You got the thrash metal, power metal, death metal, black metal, everything mixed up. So now you guys just got one show. You probably gonna book some more shows later, though, right?
Yeah, like I said, we have to have the album out in place and ready to go before we start booking. We just want to make sure everything was done and the follow-up is done as well, so that way we don't have to stop or take any time off in between two releases, just to get it all out of the way and be ready to go.
Now, have you guys ever been to Europe?
No, we have not.
Do you guys know if you got any fans waiting to see you out there?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes, we do. We're in contact with fans all the time. Actually, we were booked to play True Festival a couple of years ago. But the ability to get it out there kind of fell through, so we had to back out. Actually, I think we were replaced by Midnight. If I'm mistaken. But yeah, we've been for a couple of festivals. We would like to get over there, but as long as the financial availability is there, then we'll definitely do it. But that's something that we're working on. So we're hoping that with our new album being out, that'll make that possible.
Right. So now, are the older albums, are they still available to purchase anywhere?
Be honest with you, I'm really not sure. I'm not sure if it's still available, or you can pretty much download it for free anywhere. So, but I don't think there's any current, unless they're being bootlegged.
Man. So for Anvil Bitch, what's your fondest memory you have being in this band?
Fondest memory, huh? That's kind of hard to pick. So I'm gonna say probably when we opened for Motorhead at the Trocadero. That was probably, yeah, for all of us, that was like the biggest night of our careers. Just, sharing the stage with such a great band and hanging out backstage with Lemmy and just, kind of get that feeling like, like you're a part of it now. I think that's what changed it the most. I mean, we had played with other national acts before, but, not to that level to where it's just, I don't know, I guess it just affected us all differently. We always were such big fans of Motorhead, so I would pick that. That would probably be it.
So you actually got to talk with Lemmy?
Yeah, just, chatter, nothing, beating the guy's ear down or anything. He's, back then, we were all just kids, so he's pretty intimidating. You wanted to talk to him and hang out with him, which we basically did as the night went on. Became more and more social, but, a long time ago. But yeah, it was a great night. Definitely a great night.
Oh yeah. Well, so what tour was that for Motor? What album tour was that?
That was Orgasmatron.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, that had to have been killer.
Yeah, it was too. I mean, that place got tore up. It was a great night.
Where'd you guys play at?
It was at the Trocadero in Philadelphia.
That place still around?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, bands still play there.
They still bring metal in there?
It's a big room. Yes, they do. Matter of fact, yes, they do. Metal still comes through there. Like I said, it's it's still in Philly. It's a pretty tough draw. But yeah, they still do. They still do metal shows there.
Man, that's cool. So now in Philly, do any of the promoters do pay-to-play shows?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, a lot of the bigger rooms, well, they have the, where you got to sit, buy your tickets and then sell them. Some venues do that. Not all of them. Some are active enough where, you still have guys that handle rooms and you still get paid something. A lot of decent promoters around trying to do their thing, trying to help out bands. But a lot of the bigger rooms aren't work that way, though. They got to get their cash, so. Usually just go out and you sell your tickets, things like that. Yeah. Unless you're jumping on with a national act that's, coming through. Usually then you don't have those kind of problems. They just go in and play.
Yeah, we got a few of those pay-to-play promoters out this way, but a lot of people hate those kind of promoters, though.
Yeah, well, you know what? I mean, 90% of the time, that's when you're a promoter and you have to supply. It's tougher when you have to supply, lights and sound and things like that for a club. Then you have a bottom line that you have to have in order for your night to go. So a lot of those guys force people to sell their tickets, but 90% of the time, that's just to break even. It's like, because you got to pay this sound guy who's got this sound put into place that sits there all the time, and he's got the lights in there, and you got a fee to pay, and you got guys to work. Sometimes it's tough, man. Like, I understand a lot of promoters sometimes just, to be able to keep a decent room alive, there has to be an expense, I don't think it's really so much out of greed as much as it is a necessity to keep a larger venue alive. Sometimes they have to force bands to, do their part if they want to play a bigger room or if they think that they're capable or drawing, you know what I mean? It's, kind of give them their shot, but at the same time, they got to guarantee that they're, coming out even.
Now, have you ever played at a club called Gypsy Sally's?
I'm sorry, what was that? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Have you ever played at a club called Gypsy Sally's in D.C.?
No, I don't think so. Maybe. Is that a recent question or from a long time ago?
There's someone there's a chat box on the Spreaker show. Someone was asking me that.
Quite possible.
Then they said, how about the World Cafe live in Philly?
The World Cafe in Philly?
Yeah.
No.
What's this other question? Electric Factory?
Electric Factory. No, we have not played the Electric Factory, no.
Then I think this other last question they had, it was a place called Union Transfer.
Union Transfer. I've heard of the room, but no. No, we haven't played there yet.
Another one coming in now. The Mann Center in Philly.
The Man, no. No, that's a very large venue. That's actually like more designed for orchestras than bands, although bands do play there.
Yeah, no metal there. Sorry, listener, no metal in that place. Yeah.
Yeah, I caught you by surprise, the Man Music Center. I don't know how well thrash would bounce off the walls in there. But it is a cool room, though. It's an outdoor venue. It's pretty nice.
So what funny or embarrassing story you got to share since you've been in this band?
Well, probably on our way to Detroit back in probably 86, like right after Rise to Offend came out, our first album, and we were out supporting it, and what we were in was a tiny little Nissan pickup with a cab with a U-Haul hitch with the gear in it. So we were all packed in the back of this tiny little Nissan pickup, and Chuck was up front with our manager at the time, Sean Tierney, and I don't know if I think we were on the Ohio Turnpike, and the sun was just coming up, and we had played a place called Blondie's in Detroit, and we were on our way back to play Pittsburgh with Overkill and Suicidal Tendencies. So we're on our way back, and I guess Chuck fell asleep behind the wheel and swerved off the highway and into this bank with some water. But none of us knew what was going on. We couldn't see outside because the windows on the cab of the truck were so condensated there was nothing to see. All we knew was we were just woken up and we're bouncing all over the place and heard gravel sliding and then water. It was pretty embarrassing. We had to get towed out of the water and first shaken down by the cops that watched the whole thing happen. And yeah, that was a pretty tough moment.
How did Chuck feel after that?
Well, we made it to Pittsburgh. You know, it didn't look pretty, but it still ran.
So now, after all these years with Anvil Bitch, what's in your opinion? What's the pros and cons of the music business, man?
Well, it's always going to be pro as long as it's a part of what you are and what you do. As long as you love what you're doing, you can't go wrong. You know, I can't sit here and say that I've made millions of dollars doing it because I haven't, but I wouldn't trade any of it. It was a great ride, and it still continues to be. You know, so as long as you're into what you're doing, it'll always be a pro.
So what are the cons to you?
Not liking what you do. That's it. Seriously. I think that anyone who focuses too much on the industry or any side of that is just going to end up losing focus of what they're there to do in the first place, man. You know, that's how you found your way there. As long as you don't forget that, you'll always enjoy what you do. So that's why, you know, myself, guys from Faith or Fear, and why you still do it.
Yeah.
You know, because you love what you do, man. You know, the scene has changed a billion times since we've all done it, so we've seen every phase of it. So if we still do it, we must enjoy what we do. So, you know, because that's all that's really there. That's all you need.
Yeah. I'm sure a con would be to meet all your fans all the time, too.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I'm sure another pro would be to meet all the fans out there.
never gets old, man. You know, when you meet someone who knows who you are and knows a lot about you, knows your music, you know, and you meet them for the first time in a place you've never been before, it's a cool feeling. It really is.
I'm sure sometimes you talk to people like on Facebook, then they finally meet them.
Sure, absolutely.
So now, what's your opinion on illegal downloading?
Well, you know what? I think it's just like everything else. It was due to happen. It should have happened a long time ago. I mean, you know, the only musicians really that would complain about that would be the ones who have been around long enough to own their own publishing rights and are now making money on their own. You know, because any band that's like, you know, at the mercy of a label isn't, you know, even if they're selling lots of copies back in the day, they weren't getting any money out of it, you know? There was no turnover like that, man.
Yeah.
So, you know, so really now it works out better because you're not held back by that avenue of being able to reach everybody. You know, everybody can reach everybody now, so it really does come down to, do you have what it takes? Do you have what everybody likes, you know? So I think, if anything, it expanded the opportunity for musicians to spread their music around, so I really don't have a problem with it.
Now, for social media, would you say social media is a double-edged sword?
I'm sorry, what was that?
For social media, would you say social media is a double-edged sword?
Yeah, I guess it can be. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I'll go with yeah. How's that?
Yeah, you know, it could be good for the band to promote the band stuff. Then it's got its downfalls. There's a lot of bullshit on social media.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is what it is.
Man.
That's why a lot of the guys in the band aren't on any social media.
So now,
you know,
you guys got a website?
Website. Yes, we do. It's phillymaggots.com.
And then, of course, the Facebook page. So anyone wants to see any upcoming shows, they can check the website or the Facebook fan page.
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as shows get booked, they get promoted, put right on the page, and sent out. So yeah, absolutely. So, you know, pop by the page and say what's up, leave a like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, shows will be coming up soon. As soon as we have the album ready to go, which should be soon.
Cool. So I'm gonna ask you a few fun questions now before we finish this interview.
Okay, sure.
Who do you think started heavy metal music?
Who started heavy metal music? Well, the description of heavy metal music, I got to go with Black Sabbath.
Yeah, I agree with that one. So what's your favorite Black Sabbath song of all time?
Man, you can't ask me that one, man. All right, I'll throw it out. Symptom of the Universe.
Cool. Who's your favorite vocalist?
Wow.
Like
That's a tough one.
Who inspired you, man? Who inspired you on other vocalists? Bobby Blitz? Anybody? Chuck Billy?
Gene Simmons.
Gene Simmons.
Yep. Absolutely. Yep.
How about any of the thrash vocalists? None of them?
Oh, sure, man. Yeah, I guess, yeah, I like Blitz. I like Blitz a lot.
Tom Araya?
Yeah. How can you not say Tom? Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Mm.
You know. And Chuck Billy. You know, Phil, Pantera, you know.
It's hard to believe that's going to be it for Slayer after this tour, huh?
Yeah, listen to this bold prediction. I can guarantee you right now there's 1 million Slayer tribute bands practicing right now as we speak. I'll put money on it, man. I'll put money on it. Every town's going to have one, and they're all going to be playing out soon. Watch. as soon as they're done, they're going to start appearing on a cruise near you.
Yeah. So Gary, what's your top 3 favorite bands of all time?
Favorite bands of all time.
Doesn't have to be metal bands either.
Okay, I'd have to go. Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention. Kiss.
Yeah, that was my first band growing up, man.
Man, third one's tough, man. That's a tough one. I don't know where to go from there. Of all time, that's tough. Anvil Bitch. There you go. I can name myself. Yeah, I love it.
All right. First concert you ever went to?
Wow. First concert I ever went to. Joe Walsh.
Okay, now how about first metal concert?
First metal concert. Iron Maiden at the Tower Theater.
Cool. What year was that?
82?
Number of the Beast?
82?
Number of the Beast?
No. That was,
Paul Diano?
Was it Killers?
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah, it was definitely Diano, yeah.
No, that must have been a killer show.
I'm pretty sure it was. My God, it was so long ago. Yeah, it was at the Tower Theater, another great venue back in the day to see shows.
Yeah.
They don't do too much there anymore, though.
So, who drinks the most in the band?
Who drinks the most? I'm going to have to say our drummer, Chuck. Only because he's able to be more social than the rest of us.
So, what's Gary's favorite food?
The Philadelphia cheesesteak. No doubt. Because I can't get it anywhere else.
Favorite drink?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, it could be non-alcoholic or alcoholic or both, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm bouncing them all around. I don't know. Wow. Jack and Coke.
All right. Like Lemmy.
There you go.
So in the next 5 to 10 years, where do you see Anvil Bitch at?
Hopefully with the door properly closed as it opened, you know. That's basically what we wanted to do. We wanted to be able to put together, you know, some albums out there to kind of, you know, send it out on a good note. So probably in 5 years, I would imagine that we would either move on to other projects or do other things by then, I would imagine. But we fully intend to support the 2 albums that we have together now. So after that, who knows?
Yeah. So, any advice for up-and-coming bands out there?
Yeah, like I said earlier, man, just don't forget why you do what you do. Don't let the ugly side of what you do affect what makes you happy in the first place. And that's just being a band and playing together, being friends, and enjoying what you do. because all of that comes first, because without that, nothing else works. You know, it's just a mess after that, and it may as well just be in a factory job somewhere, because, you know, stress-wise, it won't be any different. So you're really not gaining anything if you're not enjoying yourself. That's the key.
Yeah, and then if you're in it for the love of the money, forget it.
Well, yeah.
You gotta do it for the love of the music.
Correct. Everything will find its own way.
It's not like back in the 80s where you could get a nice record deal. I don't even know if the bands can get groupies anymore these days.
Well, you gotta put shows together and have a scene to find out.
Yeah, like back in the 80s, they were all the groupies were waiting outside at all the shows.
Yeah, well, it was a different time.
Yeah.
You know, and times like those, you could Philadelphia alone, there would be 6 or 7 different venues you could play, where you would do 200-300 people in each one. You know, just in one city alone.
Yeah. So Gary, you have any final words for the fans out there?
Just thank you, and our new album should be out soon. You know, stop by the Facebook page, drop a like, and hang out and have a look around, and we'll be posting updates and upcoming shows. And thank you for having me on.
Oh, no problem, man. I'm gonna play Sanctify. What's the song Sanctify about?
Sanctify. That's a good one. Sanctify. Basically, it's battle of emotions.
Battle of emotions.
If you look at it in in a split personality kind of form, you know, it's kind of laid out that way. You know, when the vocals are split between John and I and everything, you know, it's a conflicting feelings. You know.
Cool. Well, thanks again for the time for the interview, Gary.
Yeah. Hey, thank you. Thanks for having me.
We'll get you on again in the future.
Cool, man.
All right, man. You have a good night, man.
All right, man. You too. Take care.
All right. Later.
me.